Sup y'all, today I wanna answer the question, is Turtle WoW worth playing in 2026? If you want the short answer, yes it is. And if you like, you can already like this video, turn off now, and thank you for watching. If not, I wanna explain you why you should maybe give it a try or come back playing in 2026. First of all, I wanna explain you what is Turtle WoW. Turtle WoW is a private Vanilla Plus server, so you play till level 60 and they added a bunch of content. Really, it's insane amount of content. And in this video, I'm gonna also give you some information about what content is added to the game, some pictures, videos of that also. I want to tell you already now, it's gonna be just a part of it because there's so much content I can't show you all of that. I just try to give you a big round view about the content that we have. I would say it's like a alternative version of WoW Plus, if you want to say so. I know there's some more servers, but honestly, I believe that's like the most worth of playing. I believe right now Ascension WoW has published one a few months ago, and it's like the opponent directly one, but it's not that good, I would say. What is new? First of all, we have two new races. We have for the Horde the Goblins, and for the Alliance we do have the High Elves that joined while Turtle WoW. They both have a freshly new level 1 starting zone with a own lore that you go through their war. You also have a fully new capital city for the High Elves. I will try to give some pictures inside there. So you have like a full new quest chain. You have also new reputation farm with those races if you want so. Like you have like the normal horde and things on, and then you also have like the for the horde it's the Durotar Labor Union, and for the alliance it's like Silver Moonish, I believe. And you also have the Raven Tusk Scrolls going on for the hordes, but that's a different story. Reputation. Let's not start with that one. Just talk about the base races that we have, like the goblins and high elves. Also showcase right now what of kind of classes they can play, and also for the alliance what the high elves can play. Also, one of the big changes is the class changes. So a lot of classes are like fully changed differently. So like a balanced route you can play retribution, Retrubation, retrubration, you know what I mean. In Germany we say Vergeltungspaladin. You can also play this one, and it's really insane. If I have some footage of one in my group right now, I want to give like a small around about the DPS that he's going to. Like Feral Druid is worth playing, or like a strong playing. The Warlock is strong and classic. That's something new. All the different healer specs are available, available to play. You can play the Restoration Druid, and that's good. There's a melee hunter spec that's insanely strong with AoE, but that's a different story. But like all the dead classes in normal classic WoW, you can play here. Obviously, you can play whatever you want, and it has more or less a possible spot in the raid. Of course, like in everyone, you have some specs that are better than other ones. You have some like specs that do more damage than other ones. So like at the end, play what you want to play, but you can play what you can want to play. And in case you want to min-max, you can also check like what's the strongest one. So that's with the classes. Of course, back to classes. Of course, there's also a lot of talents changing, even for the specs that were available already in advance. So you can really play more or less whatever you want, if I can tell you like that. Also, a lot of changes to the talent trees. Just one thing I forgot to say, there's a tank spec for Shaman also going on, but it's a different story. Just to tell you about that you can also tank as a Shaman. It's an enhancement one. A lot of changes for the full talent specs, so if you even want to play like the class, you always play with some changes in your talent trees. Here's also a place for that in Turtle WoW. Next, I want to talk about the new zones that are there. I just go through a few. Maybe I will miss some. So first of all, we do have like the starting zones of the new playable races. Then you have a lot of quest hubs added for a lot of zones. So even like zones that we already know have a lot of more places where you can quest. I believe every zone has a few more quests. I think there are over 2,000 new quests added to Total WoW. Back to the zones. So we do have for like Eastern Calendar, we have Northwind above of Storm and City, a new questing zone 28 to 34. Then we do have the zone Balor. It's level 29 to level 34 zone. We have Gilneas playable between 39 and 46. The Grim's Reach between 33 and 38. I just throw like the numbers inside here if you have a look about them. We have like the Lapides Isle. We have like the Gillijim's Isle. Nobody knows how to pronounce it, but yeah, fuck you. It's a nice zone, I want to say, at this point. We do have like the Hydel for level 60 area playable. We have the island of Tel Abim at like 54 to level 60 playable for the calendar side. So just want to say the Eastern Kingdoms have way more new zones to play, but that's a different story. Generally, there's so many places you can. So even there's a zone that like Kendall doesn't has a lot of things added on new zones, but a lot of quests added. It's insane how many quests are added to this game. So yeah, just check that out also. Then we do have the new living dungeons. I don't think I can go through all of them. Honestly, I will forget some. But we do have the Dragonmore Retreat going on as like a big dungeon. It's like the size of, I don't know, LBRS or BRD, so like Lower Blackrock Spire or like the Blackrock Deeps, like a long dungeon. We do have the Storm Road Ruins. That's a two-part dungeon. We have the Gilneas City dungeon. We have like new level 60-ish dungeons like Kerosene Crypt. We have the Stormwind Vault going on, the Caverns of Time, Black Morass dungeon going on. I believe there are even 2 more dungeons to come in a few months. I forgot also like there's the dungeon, the Crescent Grove. So a lot of dungeons added, and they're not stopping. There's one planned in 1,000 Needles. There's one added for 1,000. There's one planned for 1,000 Needles, and there is one planned that's really interesting. I really are waiting for that one. In the Gnome starting area, Dunmorrow, there's a dungeon coming for low level like the Ragefire Chasm you have for the Horde. There's one coming for the Alliance side on the Gnomeregan area, and I'm really looking forward to that one. It looks really nice. Then we also have like a lot of raids that are added to the this lot. There are also some raids added, or not some, a lot of raids added to this server. We do have the lower Carousel Halls. That's like a 10-man dungeon. Upper, we have the upper Carousel Halls going on. We have the Emerald Sanctum that was released just on the server this week, but that's a different story. And probably more raids coming in the future. I believe there's one also planned for like March, April 2026. I'm not sure right now. Maybe I have some footage I can enter here right now. And what I forgot to say, even the raids or dungeons that we know that have changes. So dungeons have some parts that are like added, like the Wedding Caverns has a new part added to the dungeon. I believe Sulfarak has 2 new bosses added to the dungeon. There's, I forgot one dungeon, it's called Hateful Quarry, also for like 53 level around. So I don't know, there's so many. And the raids that we have, they are also flexible. So Onyxa is normally a 40-man raid, but you can do it with like 20 people, I believe. You have Suguru that's down scaling to like 12-ish people or something. So they're even like different scalings to fill up this rate. That's really, also really nice. Also on the server, we have challenge modes. I'll just have a small visual going on here right now to show you what kind of challenge mode we have. Like, of course, hardcore mode. We have like the slow and steady mode. We have one that you're only leveling with boss, and then of course something with like gear limited dungeon hard modes. We also have the tent system. So the tent is like one of the most known ones. There is a new profession going on. It's called survival, and with that one you can create tents. And those tents you can place on the floor, and in between like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes you have your rested XP going to the full again. So you can have like 110 with you, you can place it somewhere, and you get your full rested XP up to 1.5 level back to you. Normally they're also like placed in front of the main cities, like the capital cities, Outland Stormont, and also like places like the Westfall area and Crossroads on the Horde side. That also plays there. So you just like sit down there for like 5 minutes and you have like your rest XP full up again, and then like really insanely increases your leveling speed. And I believe, just to hear about that, I think they want to take it out, but that's a different story. Then also some creative life changes, of course. You can activate and deactivate the PvP mode with like a war mode. You have the dungeon finder that doesn't port you there, but it helps with finding groups. Of course, still the word chat is one of the most used ones for looking for groups, and for raids, it's the only way to find raids right now. So it's a good mix between like looking for a group tool and still have to walk to the dungeon, use the chat to find people. One part, of course, the community. This server has more or less around 10,000 people playing on like those different realms right now together, with like peaks up to 10,000 people playing on one realm right now. On the one that I play is Embershire. I will tell you something about the realm in a second, but on this one right now at 5:20 p.m. European time, there are like 4,000 people playing. I believe in the evening it goes up to like 8 to 10,000 people, and then some peaks are even higher. There was one peak with like 40,000 people playing at the same time on both realms together at some point. So even every time you want to play, there's some people you can join groups with. Of course, we have like your lower times and the higher ones, but generally, like every time in the night, morning, whatever, you can play because there are people playing from the whole world, Asian, Russian, European, American. So really all different kind of countries are playing here. So we'll find some groups. While we're talking about the different communities that you play, for each language you will find the guild. If you're looking for a German guild, you'll find one. If you're looking for a Russian guild, you will find one. If you're looking for like French guilds, you will find one. So every language you're looking for, you will find a guild that is probably welcoming you to join them, and even for the different kind of things that you want to play. So if you plan to play more hardcore, you'll find a guild. If you plan to more like softcore, chill, just people hang out, you will find guild, and probably for each different language you will find people with that kind of goal together. The last thing I have to tell is like the bad part about the server, that's it maybe gets shut down soon because of Blizzard is not happy that they growed so big. Even the server is like, I don't know, since 2000, I don't know, 15 running, so it's a really really long server. Maybe I will find the exact number and we'll put it inside here, but there's a really really long time that the server's already going on. And maybe you know Nostalrius, the WoW private server class Nostalrius, I believe was the name, I'm not sure. Maybe you remember this one. It was like got shut down by Blizzard because it went too big, and I believe Blizzard's already like fighting with Turtle WoW and want to get them down. But that's a whole different story. For now, you can play it, enjoy it, and just have a nice time. And that's it. If you have questions, you can find me in game. Probably you see my name on between the videos somewhere, and also write something in the comments if you have something about that. And then I wish you a nice day and see you next video.